Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert a chart. So before we do that, I'm going to show you a different way to select a cell. So right here is the formula bar. Okay, this is where you enter in formulas. This right here is called the name box. So if I want to have you select a specific cell, instead of just clicking on the cell, you can also in the name box type in what you want. So if I wanted to go to A3, I could type in A3 and it would take me there. Okay, so like I said, there's different ways of doing it. You can use the find command. You can just click on the cell that you want. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is insert a pie chart to the worksheet. So we're going to select the range A9 through A16. Oops, A9 through A16. And that's going to be the category names for the 3D pie chart. So then we're going to hold down the control key and we're going to select N9 through N16. So basically how the chart's going to be laid out is A19 through A16 are going to be the categories, and then our values are going to be N9 through N16. So rent will be $4,810.68. Food is going to be $3,600, and so on. Then we're going to go to Insert, and we're going to insert Pie Chart. And you'll see we've got different types here. We're going to do 3D pie. Okay, and what that does is it gives us our pie chart to illustrate our data. So now we've got a pie chart illustrating our data. Now we've got to do a couple more things with it. First of all, we need to select the chart title. So we're going to click up here where the chart title is, select it, and we're going to title it Monthly Expenses. And then we're going to deselect it. Now I just moved the pie charts because it wasn't in the way. Otherwise it was like here, and I'm like, I want to see all my data, so I'm just going to move it down here. And you can do that when you see the 4 arrows. You can just kind of move it around. Now we want to change the chart styles. Okay, so now we're going to go up here to the Design tab because the chart is selected. So make sure you select the chart. So these 2 tabs come up. Design, okay, and we're going to select Style 3. So what this style does is it gives us kind of this gradient in the background, as well as gives us this legend on the side, and it puts data labels for each one of these. So you can see that 27% of monthly expenses attributes to the rent. Okay, now we're going to change the sheet tab names. So we're going to take this chart, instead of putting it on this worksheet, we're going to put it on a separate worksheet. So remember, it's all the same book, the same workbook that we saved as Bob Gleeman Budget. But we're going to have 2 worksheets. So we're going to be moving this chart, okay, by going up here to the location group in Design, Move Chart. And we're going to move it to a new sheet. And we're going to call that sheet Monthly Expenses and press OK. And now you can see the entire chart is on one sheet. Okay, we didn't just move it as an object, we moved it to the entire sheet. So the entire sheet is Monthly Expenses. Okay, now we're going to change the worksheet tab name. So we're going to move, we're going to take the sheet 1, we're going to right click on it, and I've got different options here. I can change the color, I can hide the sheet, I can move the sheet or copy the sheet, I can delete it if I wanted to, screw myself over. I'm going to hit rename, and I'm going to type in Monthly Budget Planner, and notice that it's down here. See? Okay, and now I'm going to click out of it to deselect. Now I'm going to right-click Monthly Budget Planner, and I'm going to change the tab color. So what I want you to do is pick any color. It says in the book to do the color of your shirt, but pick any color you want. So I'm going to pick mine to light blue. Okay, and I want you to do the same thing with monthly expenses. Right click, pick a different color. So I'm going to do mine red. Okay, so you can see that it's two separate things, and it's in the same workbook. So you can have multiple sheets. You can have as many sheets as you want in the workbook. So like I've said before, is what a business might do is they might have different branches, and they might have a worksheet for each branch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the document properties. But before we do that, we don't really have a header in this assignment here. We don't have any place to put your name. So what I'm going to have you do, okay, is go to, we're going to go to the, I changed it. Here you go, insert tab. So we're going to insert a header, okay? And you'll see this header is a little bit different than the headers you're used to. So you'll see that when you print it, it's going to be printed in two separate sheets. We don't really want that, and I'm glad that I inserted header to see that. So we're going to go to page layout, and we're going to change the orientation to landscape. Okay, and still we're having that problem. So we're going to adjust that here in a minute. So in your header, we're going to type in your name. Okay, in the center field, I want you to type the assignment. So module 1 step-by-step, or module 1 tutorial. Okay, and then I want you to put your class period. Now, like I said, you'll notice that it looks kind of ugly here because it's on two separate pages. What I would do is do this. I would make sure you scale it to fit. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to page layout, scale to fit, click on the dialog box here, fit to one page, and you'll see the entire spreadsheet will fit to one page. Okay, so it looks like this is pretty much it for the assignment. The rest is just error checking, which we don't have any right now, so it doesn't matter. If you wanted to check the spelling, you go to review spelling, and hopefully we're good. All right. So if you wanted to print this, if you wanted, there's two different ways you can do it. Remember, you want to put it in your OneNote. So if you're using the OneNote application, which is the actual program, okay, you're going to go to File, Print, okay, and it'll say Send to OneNote, okay. Make sure that you have a page set up already as Personal Budget Worksheet or Bob Gleeman Budget, whichever. Send it to OneNote that way. Or if you're using OneNote online, if you save it as a PDF, okay, save as a PDF, you can take your PDF, save it on your desktop, and then you can insert a file printout on the online version. Okay, so that is it. That's the remainder of the assignment. So if you have any questions, please let me know.